It's live. Ready to do this. You're making it hard. Okay?
No, I'm sorry.
Don't ever laugh again. Today I'm going to go over a pack system for carrying the long-range rifle. So for me, it's been a challenge carrying the truly long-range rifle, your 30-inch barrel, big break, 15-pound rifle. Finding a system that'll comfortably do that, and with the ability to haul meat out of the mountains with you. I take my rifle everywhere with me. I hike. I do all that. I don't just find a place close to the road. So I needed a pack that could kind of do everything. I tried some different packs, some Eberly stocks, some of your typical freighter frames, but I couldn't find anything that I could basically build a system I needed. So I eventually came to find the duplex from Kifaru, and I call this thing a Lego because basically you can, this is the frame, the duplex frame, and you can, with all these different attachment points and all the accessories that Kifaru offers, you can build the system you need. So for a while I was putting together different pockets, different things, but then they came out with the Nomad, and that really fit everything I needed. And right here's the Nomad, Kifaru Nomad, and it has the pockets and the ability to open up to basically accomplish the different needs I have while I'm out hunting, and it organizes all my gear so I can get to it. So this is the pack. I'm going to put the rifle on, and I'm going to show you how it carries the rifle, and then we'll go into turning it into a meat hauler. So this here is an Arbros 338 Lapua improved. It's got a Night Force 5.5 by 20 power scope on it, 30-inch barrel with the defensive edge big slab brake on it. So this is a big rifle. It weighs 16 pounds, right on the money, and that's what I use. That's what I carry around pretty much all season. So what I like to do is I like to wrap it, just kind of protect it a little bit, and it gives me a little coat that if I need a windbreak or an extra jacket, I have it right here. So basically, it's got a little holster right here. I'll show you guys a little bit more detail later. But I put it right in there. I just wrap the jacket around it. There's a couple straps in here. Like I said, we'll go into a little bit more detail in a little bit. But with these heavy rifles, I found that when I carried them off to a side, it was difficult to balance the pack. And so I've just come to the conclusion that I like the rifle flat against the frame, right in the middle of the pack, so the weight is easy to balance. There's nothing to balance, it's right in the middle. So then it's got these wings that come around. And strap the rifle down. I mean, this thing doesn't go anywhere. So right here, that's the rifle strapped down right there. As you can see, it stays put. The only thing with these rifles being so long is the height. I have the overhead problem, but I mean, with a big rifle, you're going to have problems no matter what. So, the pack fits comfortably, and it holds everything super tight. The ability of this Kifaru frame to direct the weight right to your hips. I don't feel like I'm, got a big heavy rifle on me. It's nice and comfortable and stable. Those are all good things. So when I'm in the field, like I said, I'm often away from the roads and things like that when I take an animal, so I like the ability to pull an animal out with me. So I'm going to go through what I carry and maybe a couple of different options for different rifles, and show you kind of the versatility of the duplex system with the Nomad pack bag. So here obviously we talked about the rifle. already. I'm gonna go through how it's secured. So you got those three packs or straps right there, and you also have the 2 straps right here. And then the rifle just comes out of the gun holster that I was telling you about right there. So I've got the jacket. I use to really just protect the rifle. And so these are the wings. So right here is my possibles pouch, and here I just keep, you know, fire starter, paracord, knife, lighter, you know, whistle, just kind of like a possibles emergency pouch. Just keeps little things. I got a little compass, lens cloth, and that. Here's the gun bearer that I talked about, and I added a little, I'm not sure what this is, a medium pocket I think right here, and that's where I keep like my rock slide kill kit. It's fortunately empty mostly right now, but I have, well, you can look up the rock slide kill kit, game bags, knives, paracord, extra headlamp, things like that. So I keep that right here. And then the wings, I keep my spotter right here. And this is a Nimrod spotting scope case. This is a Swarovski STR-80. So, I mean, you're not going to get a whole lot bigger than that, so it can hold any spotter you're going to need. I usually keep the spare set of ear protection, the lens cap cover if it's not in there, whatever else I want. In this pocket, I got my ammo pouch with all my rounds for the .338 that I'm carrying. In this pocket, usually I carry the tripod that we're using right now, but for the video, I carry my tripod right here, and these are open, so you can just get right into them, pull them out when you stop and you need. Let's see. On the belt here, I've got the Kifaru water bottle holder for the Nalgene bottle, and I actually like this a lot more than I thought. It keeps everything from swishing around, easy access to water. I'm not digging in my pack every time I want to drink. I've got some pockets here from Taylor Tactical. That's where I carry my rangefinder. This is a Terrapin. It's a large, super accurate rangefinder, so but I'm able to carry it right here where I can get to it, access it easily. Unfortunately, I broke the strap while we were out hunting, and I just got to order a new one. And so it'll secure right there. And then in this pocket over here, I've got this right here. It keeps my camera, which we're using right now. And then I also carry my weather station, my Kestrel, and a compass right here. So it keeps everything, as you can see, nice and organized, easy to get to. Normally, I have a shooting bag, a rear bag, but I left it where I shot the first elk, and somebody picked it up before I could go back and get it. Fortunately, I had the Kifaru kill kit, and that worked great for an emergency rear bag, and I was able to pull that out, and my hunting partner was able to take an elk at 886 yards using that as a rear bag. So that was kind of a cool dual piece of equipment. Like I said, this is the kill kit. It's empty now, but it was full of game bags and everything. It was nice, full, made for a stable secondary rest. And then on the front here, I've got like a GPS, the Rhino 650 radio holster right here, and you know, keeps it right up here so I can hear when people talk to me. I can easily access it when I need to check the map for things. I've got the Hunt GPS maps on there. If you guys don't have that, I recommend it. It allowed us to really be confident in where we were hunting and establish boundaries and things like that that we needed to make sure we were legal for the hunt that we're on right now. So again, like I said, there's different ways to set this up. I like setting it up the way I carried it with the muzzle up, so when I set the rifle down, I'm not worried about it hitting anything. It's the butt that comes down, and that's not a big deal. For some of you guys that may like this system but don't have quite such a big rifle and the need to carry it like this just comes off with a couple of, well, I can do it right now, a couple of clips. That comes off, and then you can use this is the Eberly stock Scabbard here. It's not the big one, it's the smaller, more traditional one. And I've used rifles as big as you know, an HS Precision stock with the Actar, the Night Force Actar scope on it. So, you know, I'd say about a 26-inch barrel with a break on it is about as long as you're going to get to use this pack. But as far as width goes, I mean, I had to stuff it in there, but you can use a robust scope. And all this does is it's got the pockets right here, or the tabs right here, and I'm using these malice clips, or it comes with gator clips. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, so I'm sure some Army or Marine guys are gonna tell me how foolish I am, but I was in the Air Force, so if you need to know about recliners, air conditioning, or hot chicks, then talk to me. But if you want to know about tactical cool stuff, then talk to an Army or Marine guy. But anyway, all these do is these just slide right in these tabs that I talked about. Super easy. So you just slide them on, clip it and lock it, slide it on. Clip it and lock it. And now I have this scabbard here, and it'll hold, this is just a Tikka with a Leupold 50 long range scope on it, but you can see goes right in. And when you strap everything down with these, it'll hold that rifle super secure. So this is a really good way to hold, like I said, that 26-inch barreled, protects the gun real well. You won't need the jacket rifle. So just other options, like I was saying. So one of the things I didn't talk about was this little holster right here, the little chest harness that I carry. So this is the Alaska Guide Creations chest holster, vinyl holster, or whatever it's called. And in here I carry my Swaro 12x50 EL binoculars. I carry some calls, an extra lens cloth, things like that. And on this side I carry, it's on right now, but I carry the tripod adapter, some of my mouth calls, an extra compass. And then in this pouch on this side I carry that pocket knife you just saw, extra hearing protection. Because if you shoot one of these big rifles off without hearing protection, well, you're going to regret it. So that allows me to keep everything fairly organized out into the field. As I said, we're out here elk hunting in Idaho, and I wanted to do this in the field, but the first elk we shot, temperatures were shooting up to 73 degrees really fast, so it was more important for me to get the meat into the cooler. Second elk we shot, it was pouring rain, so I didn't want to pull all this equipment out and do this in the rain, basically. So here we are. It's as field as it's going to get, but I do happen to have the boned out meat right here beside me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this system back together, and then we're going to show you loading the meat. So basically, after you take the shot, we have all the equipment that we would have brought into the field with us needed to take that long range shot. And so we're going to show you, after the animal's down, the ability for this to transform into a meat hauler and take your long range equipment out with you. So now I'm ready to transform this thing. What I use to create a base to put that meat into, like a load sling, is I use the Kifaru Grab It right here. I just keep it in one of the pockets, it pops right out. And what this does is this goes on some of these attachment points. It goes on these lower attachment points right here. So what I can do is you just put these on, bring them back through. And they go on like that. So I'm going to put the gun in, and then I'm going to attach the other side of this sling right here, the way I showed you. So you put the rifle right there in the gun bearer. Take that jacket. This also helps protect it from all the blood and everything that you're about to get all over the place. And I just set that right there because we're about to use those other straps that we talked about. We're going to use those to keep the meat down as well. So it'll all sandwich right against this pack frame. I'm just going to add in this other strap that we talked about earlier. I'm going to put that in. And that's really it. I mean, that's all I needed to do to transform this from a rifle hauler into the meat hauler. I'm going to use these 3 vertical or horizontal stabilizer straps. That Kifaru actually did a great job putting a excess length on them to reach around this barrel of meat that we're about to put on top of this. So now we're ready for the meat, and I think I have about an 80-pound, well, maybe not that much, but a big thing of boned out meat. Here we are. I'm going to keep it in this black bag, but you can see that's a lot of meat right there. I'm going to keep it in this black bag just to keep the blood off of everything as much as I can. What I'll use in the field is I have a Kifaru meat baggie that comes in the kill kit. It's like a bag that you can slide that game bag into, and it'll help protect the meat. What it also does is if you have multiple game bags, it keeps it in one sleeve so it doesn't slip out between the straps and stuff like that. But here we have that big meat that we talked about. Just going to set it right in there. I'm going to get that grab it. You'll get it right into the base of that grab it. And I'm going to put on these straps right here. It's going to create that pocket, that meat shelf, to keep that meat from going anywhere. And then I've got those straps that we used earlier when securing the rifle. Those 2 straps that I X'd over. I'm going to put those on. And again, Kifaru designed this with enough length in these straps to accommodate this big meat load. And what I'd usually do is I take my shooting bag and I'd thread it through the little handle. I'd put it right here. Like I said, somebody picked that up because I carelessly left it out. So here we go. Now that meat's secured and the gun's secured right here. So now I'm ready to put those wings around. Basically these wings just wrap around everything. Just wrap around everything. Secure your meat load. I mean, in this right here, this is way more than what a boned out deer would be. So, and if you think you're going to take an elk out in one trip, well, that's just not going to happen either. So, I'll pop my straps real quick. Just got to secure that on the tab. All right, so we got all 3 of our straps. You get it cinched down, and this meat's not going anywhere. I'm going to pick this up, put it on, and then I'll show you a little alternate carry that we can do with that for those guys that don't like sandwiching that spotting scope in. I have never found it to hurt anything, but anyway, I'll lift this up so you can see this meat. All right, so we've got the meat. It's at least 60 pounds plus. It feels heavier to me. All the equipment that we used to take the long-range shot, everything we needed to go into the field for hunting for the day, and we're going to take it all out in one trip. So now all that's left is to mount this up and walk out. So there you go. Pack's on. Like I said, the Kifaru is pretty much the best frame pack system for distributing that weight. I mean, I've got a lot of weight when you add in the rifle, all the equipment for shooting. and now, you know, that boned out meat that's on my back. So you can see, super secure. It's not throwing me off balance or anything like that. You know, that pack stays right there. Rifle secure. I mean, nothing's going anywhere. And this is not a bad, you know, pack out, especially with this frame system. So now I'll go over just a couple of little things that we talked about. All right, so we talked about the alternate carry of the spotting scope. I have the Nimrod spotting scope case cover. I'm not even sure if they still make it, but it's got foam padding. It's waterproof, or at least water resistant cover, and we've got a lot of money invested in, you know, the optics that we carry. So some of you might be really uncomfortable sandwiching that load inside, you know, sandwiching that spotting scope in with this meat right here. So this comes with these tabs right here, and I found that you can move the spotting scope outside of that, you know, outside of that sandwich that you have. So basically, I take that middle strap, that middle horizontal strap, I secure the meat down, and now I just take that upper and lower horizontal strap and I just thread it through those tabs that they've given us. And now you've got your spotting scope securely against or you've got that weight secured, that meat sandwich, and that spotting scope isn't being, you know, compressed with that. So now that's how you would carry it. It is right there, is outside the load. Another thing, you know, carrying the rifle this way, we've got our big muzzle brakes. I mean, everyone that has a rifle like this has a muzzle brake. When you carry it, the smaller rifles in this, your muzzle's down, so you're not worried about any debris or rain or anything like that. So I found a couple of ways to protect that. Some guys use balloons. You can get these little, like, child mittens, basically, and those seem to work real well for those big slab brakes. And my brother nicknamed this rifle the Hulk. It's big and green. It's obvious why. He named it that, I think. So I thought it was kind of funny was I got a golf club cover with the Hulk. I don't even know if you can see that, but with the Hulk right there. So I get quite a few looks walking around with the Hulk on top, but it does what it's supposed to do. It protects that muzzle brake and keeps my bore clean. So like I said, this is the Kifaru Duplex. This is the latest generation, and I really like the upgrades they've made to it. It's got thicker, softer padding. These straps come off easier for changing packs in and out, different bags, I mean. And it's more comfortable pack. I've used the, I don't know if it's a Gen 3 frame, for a lot of years now, and it you know, never failed me. It was the most comfortable pack until the newest one came out. Some of the big differences though, if you wanted to take this and put a pack or an Everly stock Scabbard directly against the frame, you can put other bags on top of this and things like that, but you would have to order, if you were using a new one, the tactical frame, because these tabs right here that you take these malice clips in and slide through here, basically, these tabs are not on the newest Hunter version of the frame. So if you want these tabs and the ability to attach a Scabbard directly to the frame, you need to order the new tactical frame from Kifaru, the Tactical Duplex, which is what this one is actually, because another way I carry this is for some of my shooting competitions, when I'm not using this rifle, is I take this, put it right against the frame, carry it with the Scabbard, and then I have like a 22 that goes over the top, and it organizes my shooting gear a little bit better. So that basically covers the Kifaru pack system that I'm using to carry the long-range rifles. Like I said earlier, I've tried, you know, some of the different ones, Everly stocks, things like that. They do okay, but they do not handle the weight that these things can handle as far as comfort, and they do not have the versatility that this Kifaru does. Like I said, I call it a Lego because I can build so many different systems off this duplex frame. It's just, the options are endless. Another thing to note is, you know, those Kifaru packs, or excuse me, those Eberly stock packs, they do work, but, you know, as long-range shooters, we want to support companies that support what we do, and I don't feel that Eberly stock has really done that for the long-range shooter. Kifaru's made in America. They support long-range shooting. They're hunting military packs, so they're just a great company to support as far as giving your money to industries that support what we do as hunters and as long-range shooters. So again, that's the system I use. I have not found anything better at all. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to post in the forum, and I'll try and be on there as often as I can and get back to you with any kind of information that you guys might want elaboration on or anything like that. So thank you for your time. Thank you for being on longrangeonly.com, and like I said, if you have any questions, I'll get them answered as fast as I can. Thank you. Well, we doubled up on some mule deer. We're about a mile from the truck, and so we're both gonna have to take our own deer out this time. So just a little addition, we're gonna be hauling these out in our Kifaru packs, and I've got that long range gun, so it's gonna be another example of pulling out the animal using that Nomad pack system. All right, so before I got the video finished, we made it out on our Washington hunts, and we got 2 deer down at the same time. So we're about, I don't know, a mile and a half from the truck, so we're each going to be packing out our own deer. So, I mean, it's the same system that we talked about in the video previously. I've got that big 338. I've got my extra jackets and stuff just protecting it. And I've actually started carrying 2 tripods now. I got this one over here, and I put this on the sleeve on the other side. And I've been practicing or changing it up, carrying this in the middle to balance it better. So we'll see how it does with this load of meat with it. So I've got a boned out mule deer here, and I'm using the bag I told you about last time, the Kifaru meat baggie, because I've got 3 different boned out game bags. So this keeps it all together so it doesn't slip out between the cracks. So we're just going to lay it in here, get that, grab it hooked up, get that meat high if I can, as high as I can. We'll get these cross straps on, then we'll figure out how to get the head and the rest of the stuff on this. Alright, so we got that all strapped in there. Alright, let's get the rest of this together, huh? It's not going to be pretty. So I don't mind compressing that spotting scope in between the straps, so I got it inside the straps right here. And it looks like I'll be able to use the other 2 straps. Mine's the little guy, but beggars can't be choosers. It's our last day hunting, so I'll get this guy up here. And again, look at the length we still have with these straps. They've given us plenty of length to get our load together. And that looks like it's going to be fun to get back to the truck with. So if you want to come in here and you can see how this gun is how everything's put together. We'll get one with me with it on after we get his pack together. So we've got the head on, spotting scope, 2 tripods, the rifle, rangefinder, water, camera, weather station, whole boned out deer, and I got a little bit of his, and the head's on it. So you can see this fun hill we got, nice climb out of here, and yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to work. All right, we got the pack all loaded up. It is heavy as hell. And that's the way out. We're just gonna go up that way and switch back to the road. So we're gonna get started.